For part 2 today, we're going to come in the opposite side of the cemetery. That would be the north side. And you can't come in the north side of the cemetery without paying respects to someone very famous here at Mount Carmel, and that would be Giulia Piccola Petta, otherwise known as the Italian Bride. The story on Giulia is she died in childbirth. She had a stillborn child. Her son was named Filippo, and he's buried with her here. But her mom, Filomena, was having bad dreams every night that Giulia was saying, "Mom, I'm alive, I'm alive." Well, the story goes that Filomena had her exhumed after 6 years and that she was perfect. She was uncorrupted, as they say. So if you want to hear more on that story, here's a link on the upper right. We did a video on that. For now, let's get on with our mission and start our first story. All right, guys, I've got one for you here. This is a little bit odd, mysterious, maybe a little creepy, I don't know, but looks like one ordinary mausoleum, right? Right, it says Santa Barbara on it, S-A-R, and the reason this is really interesting is there's a book that I'd recommended on my Instagram a while back, Images of America, written by two women, about Mount Carmel and Queen of Heaven. And in the book they show this mausoleum, but it didn't say Santa Barbara on it. And the story behind this mausoleum, at least at the time of the writing, and I have verified this is it. If you look in the picture and you see this grave, Cesario here, to the right, you can verify this is the right mausoleum. It says this was the mausoleum of hardworking Francesco Garofalo. And when Francesco lost his wife, Mary, in 1934, he realized that without any children or close family members, he was alone. So what did he do? He took all his savings, and in 1936, he constructed this mausoleum so that in eternity, he and his wife could be reunited. And it said in the book that inside there was a small bucket and shovel, and the idea was that's the way he left it. So I don't know why this says Santa Barbara. It should say Garofalo, right? Unless the family sold it. Wouldn't that be crappy? Given the story, let's investigate this. I certainly am. We've got a 30-year genealogist with us now. Daniel, I think it was. But I'm looking in here and get a clear image of what's going on. There are a couple pictures, and I think I can zoom in. And let's see what we get here. Or is that just the typical? Yeah, I don't think that's of anybody. I see a picture down low. Oh, there is a picture down low, guys. Okay, we got to try and zoom in on that. And it's a gentleman in a top hat. Look at that. I'm going to do the best I can for you. It's coming in pretty good. Hold on. Yes, sir. We've got somebody with a top hat. The rosary floating in front is throwing it off, so I'm going to go to manual focus. And let's just see if we can dial him in. Yes, we can. A little better. So let's try and figure this out. Yeah, I think I'm in autofocus again. I would really love to know what happened here, especially since Francesco, this was like everything to him. Building this mausoleum. This was it. And then you get put in here After you die and you expect to be respected, your wishes, you're with your wife for eternity. And what is eternity? 50 years? And then somebody sells you out? Maybe not. Maybe the Santa Barbara family are the descendants. You know, one thing I didn't do, and I don't think I'll be able to get this on camera, but let's just see what the names are. There are no names. There's 3 crypts to the right. And there's no names. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Did Francesco get the shaft? Anyway, hopefully he's resting in peace with his wife. This time, let's go to the grave of a man that lived in the very early 1900s. He was a hero. He saved a few lives, yet not a lot of people know about him. We are walking now to the grave of a famous fireman who lived in the very early part of, well, the late part of the 1800s, early 1900s. And his name is Peter Mutter. Peter was known for helping, I guess, put out the fire, but also save a lot of lives. Back in 1903, it was the Iroquois Theater Fire of Chicago. And it was a spotlight that exploded that set the theater on fire. 602 people died, burned or trampled. This is Peter. He saved a lot of lives. This is the symbol of the Woodman Association, which is a whole nother story. Pretty cool story of association. No man, no woman would be left. Well, there's a women's group also, but that their big thing was nobody would be buried without a gravestone. So let's come from over here and see that picture of Peter. Guys, this is priceless. Thank God we can see this. This is a wonderful sculpture too. And there you see him in life. Peter Mutter, born December 10th, 1870, died July 21st, 1905. And I'm going to tell you about that because I don't think the book writers and bloggers have at least partially incorrect. And we have Nellie M. She died in 1940. And then Griffin, Jeremiah M. and Elizabeth, 1889 and 1977, very late. So let's talk about fireman Peter Mutter. Now let's go back a couple months before this terrible Iroquois fire. It was November 6, 1903. There were a couple of notable things that I found. Well, really 3. And the first was that Peter and his group in truck number 7, they were struck and wrecked by a train at Northwestern Railroad crossing, which is in Chicago at Kinsey and Lincoln, which is right now, it's hard to even imagine there'd be a major train crossing there. Now imagine that they were there straddled on the tracks with their car being pulled by horses. And the westbound train, it was at full speed, and they were kind of blinded by freight cars and horse carts. And 2 of the horses were killed, but none of these guys, all these guys survived. Peter, I was able to find out he had officially a dislocated shoulder and a cut. What's cool is the train stopped 2 blocks down the line. All the passengers jumped out. They ran back to aid the wounded, and, well, they assumed people were dead. But nobody was seriously injured. Now, a month and a half later, just 6 days before the Iroquois fire, Peter was suspended. They were getting ready to fire him for insubordination. Chief was really mad at him, and I think it was 5 or 6 other guys, because they were going around yapping bad things about the fire chief, and the fire chief didn't like that. So it was in the newspapers and everything. So he, I guess the fire in one way helped him get his job or save his job, because after that incident, he was awarded a gallantry medal, kept his job. They say that Peter died 2 years later because of heartbreak, and I'm speaking metaphorically, I'm not quoting from the fire, but that's really not true. It may be partially true, but I was able to find out that it was his wife that was terminally ill, and I guess she'd been ill for a while. It was on that Wednesday that he was told that she was not going to recover. She was going to die. And Peter went to the firehouse and shot himself. It was the grief of his wife. He was buried here on that following Sunday in 1905. So, Peter Mutter, great job saving lives. You're a great man. And we hope you're resting in peace. Now let's head over to a section that we were led to by Find a Grave to try to find the location of a young woman who has a sculpture in a box, and she has a huge bow in her hair. We're going to have to keep our eyes peeled. This is going to be a tough one. Okay, last on my list is Marie Ceratello. It is a statue of a young woman in a big bow in her hair, and she's in a granite box. I don't know where this one is located other than the section number, so we're going to have to wing it. And on the way, I thought we would look at some very interesting pictures, and let's start with this one. It's a young girl named, looks like it says Carmen. I can't read it. Yeah, Carmen. Now, she's wearing something really interesting. Like a hat. Almost looks like something leather. I don't know. Maybe someone will know what that is. 1926 to 1935. Hard to read. Parents. I think that's 35. Let's see what else we can find as we look for Marie. Here's Paul Volpe. It looks like 1897 to 1923. Handsome young man. I see children. So many children, I gotta tell you. Here to my left, here to my right. There's children everywhere. It's a First Communion or bridal picture. We've got Guido. We've got Maria. 1881 to 1937. And Clara. 1922 to 1935, so that's got to be First Communion. And little Guido, 1923 to 1925. So a couple more kids here. Oh, lots of kids. Now let's let you look at the gravestone first. 1888 to 1923, I'm guessing that's father in the middle. And we have a young girl and a little baby. That's the Rosados. This is another little baby. What a beautiful picture. Another child here. Oh, there's a lot of names. I'm guessing Iolanda, 1917 to 1927. 9 years old, I believe. Not quite making it. Ago is August. Let me know. I don't see Marie. I'm scanning for her. I know I'm in the right section. She died when she was 21. She had, I believe, just become a nun. And I remember in the picture, she had a big, big bow in her hair. Big bow. Should be easy to spot. What do we have here? Some interesting pictures. Look at that. Here's a look at the inscriptions for you. Again, very hard to read for me. Blinding white snow. Let's carry on. Yeah, I tried to spin that sculpture around. Everything's snow and ice. No go. Who's this? Again, cannot read the writing. Maybe the camera can pick that up. Handsome young man. Thought I saw something over here, another child. Oh, there's an amazing statue right beyond this. Holy cow. There's another baby. So many babies from those days. Here you can see the inscription and beautiful wreath. Beautiful, not forgotten. Yes, look at this, everybody. It looks like a nurse or a matron to me, holding a child in her arms, but it could be the Virgin Mary. I don't know. What do you think? I'll tell you this, it's quite extraordinary. These sculptures sure were talented in those days. I'm gonna try and get this up there. You can see the baby. It says a mother's sacrifice. You wonder if this was, you see Lucille here, 1899 to 1924. You know, my first thought was, reading that, was a mother dying in childbirth, but I don't know. Let's see what else. That is quite dramatic. I still don't see Marie. Let's head up this way, guys. Oh, look at this. That, I could see from here, is just an extraordinary picture. That would be Santina in the middle top. Look at that. Look at that. Let me first, let's get an angle on the inscriptions here. I'm going to try and come at it from the side here. This enamel is very large. It's the size of my hand. What a beautiful picture. Parents died in 1950 and 1979. Little Santina died in 1924, so they were in their 30s, it looks like. Born in the early 1880s, 30s or 40s, when Santina died. Another young man here. (1917 and 1918), so there's an unpictured baby, I think. I'm guessing that's Giovanni. 1891 to 1920. 29. So much to see. But we're not finding, so far, Marie. I don't know, guys. Go a little farther. Might have to find her next time. Look at this. It's another child. Well, we know the Spanish flu, 1918, 1920. I see a 1917 from 1913, 4 years old, so there you go. We know what probably happened there. Another baby. Ferrara, 1924. Let's jump back to this next row. I see another baby, 1-year-old maybe, 1929, 1930. Nicholas, little boy. Father Nick. Mother Kate, reach way over here for Kate. And the baby Nicholas. Not a very clear picture, but a very large porcelain. You can see by the size of my hand. It's a very interesting sculpture here. Of maybe a saint. I don't know. I see a child. I don't know what he's holding. You can zoom in on that. What is that? Maybe that's just to keep his fingers from breaking off. But it's steps leading up. It's marble. It's in remarkably good shape. The statue is, whoever that may be. Little boy. Looks like oh, here's another one. Somebody came back. I don't know if those are recarved or, yeah. 1931 and 1935. Cannot read the name. Genie? Above there, right there. I don't know if you can read that. I think that's the baby. All right, come on, where's Marie? Got a little time left here. I'd really love to show you, wrap this episode up. Here's a boy who's not forgotten. Now this is another picture. I'm gonna say, is this in death? I don't think so, but let's try and get a clear picture. There's a lot of glare. Try to get another angle here, guys. No, that's not good. Let's try to get it from this side. Is that in life or is that in death? We'll see in editing. Right now, I think he's alive. Well, I don't see her up that way. Let's head over here. You know what? I see across the street a child that looks like they are in the coffin. You want to go see? Because I don't think we're going to find Marie. I'm looking backwards this whole time, scanning. It's not going to happen. So we'll wrap it up with Giuseppe Grimaldi. Isn't that the same last name as the real name of Machine Gun Jack McGurn? No, I think that was Grimaldi. Yep. We have, it's going to be hard to reach over. I don't have my hand thing today. But believe me, we're going to do it. Giuseppe G. 27 December 1920. 16 February 1923. So, okay, just bear with me here. Let's see if we can get the glare. It's a really, oh no, I can feel it's it's coming loose, guys. I hope somebody, looks like they recently caulked it, but they really need to, all right, let's focus here, get this, see if we can get this picture for you. Isn't that amazing? That was what they did back then, guys. It wasn't morbid, it was normal. What a beautiful child. All right, well, little Giuseppe Grimaldi, we hope you are resting in peace, little guy. Well, it's going to wrap it up. I'm looking, I don't see her anywhere, so if anybody knows exactly, there's no GPS position for Marie. We'll come back next time, track her down. All right, see you guys. Well, I couldn't believe it. I have to tell you, I come in the next day to do the drone work. It's a beautiful sunny day. I look to my left, and what do I see right in front of my nose? What we've been searching for the whole time. Well, hold the horses. This is going to be my epilogue to the video. We did find Marie Ceratello, and boy, Find a Grave really threw us off here on this one. Sometimes all you need to do is look right in front of your face for something, and we are right at the north entrance here off Harrison Street. And I think I've walked here, I don't know how many times, even in past videos, and here she is right here the whole time. So let's pay Marie a quick visit. A little scarecrow here, probably left over from Thanksgiving. There is a marker here that says Mother, but unfortunately with all the snow we can't really tell. But we do know that Marie was 21 years old when she passed, and they say she was a nun. Pretty young to be a nun. She must have just become a nun, I would think. Statue looks like it's made of granite. I can't say that it's worn, but the features are not sharp as you might see in some of these others. But nonetheless, a beautiful sculpture of Marie. Well, I'm happy that we found her, and this will conclude this segment of Mount Carmel. We wish and hope Marie is resting in peace. And with that, we'll see you next time. Well, all stories have to come to an end, so part 2 of 2, we've got to wrap it up right here. All I can say is I hope you all have as an enjoyable time watching this as I had making it, because for me, this was really intriguing and worth it. So we'll see you on the next one.